gather ye friends around your flickering campfires and listen to tales of breakouts, slidings out, and legging it undiscovered from the worn pages of history.
Oh, is this an episode about bunking off sword schools?
No, it's all about great escapes from history times. We have never dodged or cut a sword school short. Ever. Honest.
Many people in history found themselves confined against their will, locked up, with no right of appeal, and without anyone to help sneak them in a burner Xbox hidden in a cake.
So they used their wit, cunning, and possibly pretending to have a squirty tummy to fox the guard and make a great escape. Here on
The Silly History Boys Show.
Where to first, dear Uncle Bob?
Well, in true Prison Break style, I've had the entire episode tattooed on Tombo's body while he was asleep.
What?
That'll teach you for falling asleep in front of the telly literally any time a film or programme is put on. You get about 40 seconds before he starts snoring, dear listener.
Curse you, parent-related narcolepsy!
And so I direct you to Tombo's generous left button.
Here we are. Tombo, are you wearing swimming trunks as underwear again?
I've been very busy.
I recognise this backside from the Leeds Royal Armouries. Now, according to this shapely bum-bum, our first great escape features one of England's greatest and most famous kings, Edward I, known as
The
Longshanks.
Overrated.
Well, let's have none of that Celtic saltiness, Bob. King Edward is notorious for completing the conquest of Wales.
I'll thank you not to rain on my forthcoming Longshanks quintology.
Ooh, actually, as I study the passage that curves round to Tombo's, passage, this story comes from the time that young Edward was but a prince.
What up, shorties? It is I, the towering paragon of medieval royalty, Prince Edward Plantagenet.
Shut your noise, you toff!
How dare you? I'm a prince, one day to be king.
There'll be no more kings, you anointed hoop. The people rule England now.
You diabolical monster! I'll tell God on you, you smelly peon!
Silence, scum!
Ow! My face! My royal face!
Bring him before the boss, the champion of the people, Simon de Montfort.
Hello, I'm Simon de Montfort. They named a university after me, you know.
Not a good one.
Oh? But I did do a rebellion against King Henry III because of the unfair attention he was lavishing on foreigners in the aftermath of King John's disastrous rule.
Hey, stop preempting my septilogy.
Silence, scum!
Ow!
Now, brutal guard, the prince may be our prisoner, but he is a noble and he must be treated well.
What? Oh, boo!
No booze, no, thank you very much. Continue to bootlick. Let's take Prince Edward away, and then I'll have you very gently lock him up. He is, after all, my little nephew, and I am his dear uncle, Simon de Montfort.
I will never call you that anymore.
He is to be treated well and afforded every courtesy. Meanwhile, my newfangled Parliament will run England.
Ha! Parliament indeed! It'll never catch on. I swear, Uncle, I'll blow the roof off this sucker and escape. Then I'll rescue me dad, the king, and I'll sort you out if it's the last and probably most significant thing I do.
No thank you, goodbye.
Come along, your princeness.
Ow! My privilege! Unhand me, you peasant! Don't pull that! Don't pull that! It's very expensive.
In the aftermath of the Battle of Lewes in around the year 1262, well, exactly in the year 1262, a royal army led by King Henry III and Prince Edward was roundly and soundly defeated by a group of rebellious barons led by champion of democracy and jerk Simon de Montfort.
Prince Ed was very gently locked up in a stately manner in Hereford.
No different from now, eh? Bet he had a telly in his cell and got paid to be in prison. Eh?
Stop it. Everywhere else may be dressing to the right these days, but not here.
It must have been a very trying time for the prince.
Oh, sigh. This captivity gnaws at my spirits like a pile of unrinsed mugs sat in the sink of my merriment.
Not like you've ever done the washing up, pampered little...
Have you done your jigsaw, your princeness?
No, I haven't, guard. It's a lame promotional one for De Montfort University. Ugh, gross. And I'm not in the mood. Can't we go out or something?
Go out? No, you can't go out. You're a prisoner.
Now, Guard William, let's think about this. The prince is free to move about so long as we're with him, so what if we were to go on an all-expenses-paid, Longshanks day out?
Could we get chips?
Oh, yeah, I reckon. As long as Edward here is paying.
Oh, of course, chips, slot machines, go-karts, laser quest. I'll pay for the lot. No problem. And then you'll pay, you stunty peasants. They don't call me Edward the Leopard because I walk on all fours, listener. Oh, no. They call me the Leopard because leopards are reckoned fierce, clever, and utterly ruthless.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. Come on, you men. It's Eddie's day out.
Way!
And so, Prince Ed and his guards would go on long rides through the countryside. The prince was, after all, free to go where he liked, as long as he was under guard, of course.
Oh, thank you, Prince Eddie. This has been the bestest day ever. Ice cream, a candy floss, and ice cream.
And you won me this big, pink, cuddly lion rampant. Oh, it's been the best day.
My pleasure, you chaps. I say, that's a jolly fine horse you have there, guard. Looks pretty fast. Do you think I could have a go on him?
You want a go on it? I mean, I know you toffs like horses, but...
He wants to ride it, you onion.
That's what I'm worried about.
I blame his liberal upbringing, listener.
Just a quick gallop up to the inn before home?
You mean...
The pub?
Yes, drinks on me.
Yay!
And so Edward's guards let him ride one of their horses, just for fun. He was supposed to be treated more like an honoured guest and a prisoner. Simon de Montfort had said so himself.
In fact, I asked so nicely that my guards let me have a go on every single horse in the party, and soon we'd ridden so far that the sun began to go down. What larks, eh, chaps?
Oh, loads of fun, Ed.
Call me Eddie, baby!
Well, Eddie, baby, I think we better start for home, don't you? Thank you. It's been a lovely, lovely day.
It was my pleasure, guard. And you know, perhaps I've learned something as well. Spending the day with you salt-of-earth fellows has made me think that a parliament might not be such a bad thing.
And maybe I've learned that the upper classes are people too.
People who can afford much better horses. All your galloping on our horses has gassed 'em right out. We'll have to walk ours home. Yours is as fresh as a daisy.
Yes, it is. In fact, now that I come to sit on Lady Clippity-Clop, she's a much better horse than all of yours.
I do not like the way he delivered that line.
I don't like it either, with his staring eyes and Tony Blair eating lemons grin.
Well, I imagine you don't. But you really won't like it when I turn this superior horse around and burn you chumps off in a cloud of thoroughbred privilege. And you really won't like it when I spring my daddy from his prison and bring the power of the crown down on you.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear is right. Later, duckheads. See you at the Battle of Evesham. Prince Ed, away!
Well, you've set the future of parliamentary democracy in England back about 400 years.
Whoops.
And so Prince Edward rode free. But what happens next is a story for another time.
Well, he just said the Battle of Evesham.
Nay, call it the slaughter of Evesham. For battle, it was none.
But that remains a story for another time. For we have yet another great escape. Ooh! Another medieval, 11th century, in fact, great escape. Ooh! From Wales. We're back in North Wales in the year 1078, a piffling 12 years after the Normans steamrolled England like it wasn't there.
Right, 1066.
No, it suffices to say that taking over England was not a very easy job at all, actually. And one day, not only will we tell you all about 1066, promise tomorrow as I would, we will also tell you about what happened afterwards.
I'll believe it when I see it.
One of the most significant things the Normans did post-1066 was set up the march along England's border with Wales. The march comes from the French word for border, marche, and with that came the Marcher Lords.
I take it those Marcher Lords were in charge of the border, and oh no, I've been written stupid. Who were the Marcher Lords, Pear Bear?
The Marcher Lords were three of William the Conqueror's most trusted knights, and unlike the rest of the Conqueror's minions, who had various sub-bosses, etc., the Marcher Lords answered to the king alone.
Firstly, they guarded the border, but they also had free rein to start conquering Welsh land a little bit at a time. And to be fair, it was them, rather than Edward Longshanks, who eventually really conquered Wales.
Oi, waitress. Let's have no more talk of Wales round here. Hurtful. Now, where can I get some dinner?
Sorry, who are you?
I am Hugh the Fat, Earl of Chester, and greatest of all the Marcher Lords.
You are pretty significant, but I don't think it's very nice for you to go around calling yourself the Fat. The voice we speak to ourselves with is the voice we speak to the universe with, and I think...
Oh, cripes! I think I overcommitted to that one. Hang on. Can't tell if it's bum sweat or if I've made an incursion over my own border, if you get my meaning. Yo, Kinnan, a level 1 sniff test if you would. Stand by with the blue roll.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, mate, I thought I had it rough working for that Burton Fagan, Tom Fermor.
I need to get on that monster.com thing. I used to be the King of Wales as well, you see.
What? Are you Griffith ap Kinnan, one of Wales's greatest kings?
Not anymore. He's my personal bum hygienist.
Yeah, I got captured by Fatty here and...
How dare you, sir?
You literally call yourself Hugh the Fat.
Yes, but when I say it, it's cute. Now bring me my toggle-shot duvet cover filled to capacity with KFC. Oh, gosh, yes. Now come along, Welsh cake. Oh, I'd kill for a Welsh cake. Come along, Welshie. You can watch while we do some oppressing.
And so thus was the sad lot of Griffith ap Kinnan, former king of Gwynedd. He was dragged round by his Norman captors wherever they went.
10 pints of hog roast, landlord, and a Diet Coke.
My lord, can I have your 2 peas for the fruity?
Yes, very well. Oh, and some crisps too, barkeep. Let's say 1,200 bags. And a Diet Coke.
Here, look, my lord. Our little king you knocked round with is looking through a window like a sad little Labrador.
Can I have some crisps, please?
Yes, of course. Minion, shower him in contemptuous bar snacks.
Here you go, King of Bobbins.
Oh, no! The flaming hot ones and the spicy dust is Nice one,
Poor King Kinnan. Wherever the Normans had business, he would be left outside with a paper crown and his hands in heavy shackles.
Oh, it's the absolute peak of 1970s parenting, listener. It's no life for a king, I tell you.
What's this now?
Oh, please, Mr. Norman. I can't stand another bar snack buff.
I promise you, but I'm no Norman, and I think wasting crisps is a most heinous crime.
Who said that? All I can see is some hairy knees. Hairy talking knees? My God, I finally lost it!
Up here, pal. They call me Idwal the Tall. Because my name is Idwal. And I'm tall, see?
Oh, right. Would you believe, good Idwal, that I was once the highest of men, and now I sit in chains with a paper crown?
Trust me, pal. From up here, that paper crown is doing your airline a lot of favors.
Oh, taunt me not, lofty person. I am sick for my country and my own predicament.
Stop blubbering, man. I had a dream last night.
Oh, great. I love hearing about people's dreams.
I was 11. It was PE. I'd forgotten my kit, and I had to wear the soiled Manchester United shorts from Lost Property. Oh, they were nasty. Yellow and green they were. And they weren't even Newton Heath colours. They should have been white. Ugh.
Oh, that was very fascinating. Could you go away now, please?
But then it wasn't my gym teacher. It was Carol Vorderman, circa 1992. And anyway, in a clear voice, Carol Vorderman told me that if I brought my family fortune to Chester today, I could win back a kingdom for its people.
Oh, my. You mean you would pay my ransom? You must have brought a great fortune.
Oh, well, yeah. I got 3 coins.
You've brought 3p? 3p? You're gonna pay a king's ransom with 3p, are you? Did you go to the Liz Truss School of Economics, did you? Pork markets, is it?
They're gold coins, mind you, you miserable king, and frankly I spend enough time yapping, so think light thoughts.
Sure.
And so, Ardwell the Tall lifted his king, chains and all, onto his back and began to run.
Cripes, still on a king's rations, are you?
It's the chains, you lanky streak of cheek.
Oh, is that Peter Crouch? Put down my king, lofty sir, or it shall be worse for you.
Run!
All right, I'm running.
After him!
The chase was on through the winding streets of medieval Chester. Idwal loped past the town hall, hung left at Greg's, and barged his way through the coach parties, gawping at the Roman walls.
Upset my fanny pack.
His lanky legs chewed up the cobblestones as a great hue and cry went up from the Normans.
Aye, come here, you!
Down the high street towards the gates, he rushed, his royal passenger bumping and complaining the whole way.
I've travel sickness and vertigo all at once, I have!
Despite his powerful stride, Idwal's pursuit was gaining on them, and so he took the first gold coin and flicked it between thumb and finger so it flew into the air.
Money!
A gold coin was a lot of money to your average Norman soldier, and their duty was forgotten at the first whiff of hard cash.
They scrabbled in the gutter for the shininess, and the tall Taff and his passenger opened the gap again.
Through the great gates he ran, and out into the green country.
Tidy! We're in the clear! Thank you, tall sir, for...
I wouldn't get too excited, pal. We're not out of this yet.
Aye, come here!
More Norman knights on horses came thundering out the gates towards them, and so Idwal took his second coin and let it catch the sunlight before he flicked high into the air.
Money! Horses aren't cheap, you know, man.
Driven by extortionate stable fees, pricey feed, and other ooh, look at me expenses, the Normans scrabbled like it was Black Friday.
Mine?
Mine!
Ow! Oh, you
Mine!
bit me, a little slow. Come here!
Oh!
The fugitives struck out again, across the plain of Cheshire, towards the distant mountains.
Have you got your second breath yet, my good man?
I haven't, actually. You're still very heavy.
Oh, dear. You'd think second breath would be easier with 2 of us. I'll try breathing more.
Thank you. Off we go again.
For miles more Adwell ran, and as he did so, through the soles of his laden feet he began to feel the drumming of hooves.
Idwal's legs burned now, and the breath caught in his throat as his tired feet trampled onto the planks of a bridge.
Far below them was the surging black waters of the River Drudwy, the old boundary between the two kingdoms. I hope I said that right, Steve.
Sorry, Your Kingness. I must stop.
Oh, you're not going to do a Paula Radcliffe, are you?
Don't be disgusted. I don't have any tissues.
Oh, phew. I mean, please, sir, you must keep going. For me, for Wales, and above all, for me.
Wow, wow, wow. Look, who's all took it out here, Darren?
What? Oh, yeah, that lad we're being chasing.
Darren, what kind of glutton is that?
What do you want me to say? We were chasing a bloke and now we caught him.
Well, just show a bit of enthusiasm, you spotty little buck cheek.
Oh, ha, 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 we got you now, and we'll probably cut your wage off. Happy now?
You ruin everything. Here, give us the king, well, sir. He goes back to prison, and you'll get hanged, mate.
Hanged.
Darn sharp.
Come and get him then. Oh, whoops.
With great show, the vertically gifted Briton places the final gold coin down on the planks of the bridge before the iron-shod hooves of the Norman heavy cavalry.
Oh, look, Craig, some money.
Why, yes, Darren, it does appear to be some money.
Yeah, kid. It's mine.
Mine!
Unable to control their horse-person greed, the Normans spur their horses onto the precipitous planks of the bridge,
Mine.
which grow, creak, and finally splinter.
Right, that's them done with. You want to be king again now, is it?
Oh, tidy!
And so it came to pass that Griffith ap Kidden escaped his captors and went on to expel the Norman invaders from his land until they came back. But still, another great escape here on
The Silly History Boys Show!
Is that it? Surely we missed more great escapes than that. I mean, we didn't even mention the Tower of London.
No doubt we did, Tombo, but we can always come back to it.
Hey, listener, why don't you hit us up on the socials with some more historical great escapes that we can do silly style?
They won't.
I know.
Prove Us Wrong, listener. Prove us wrong.
But for our wild accusations, wilder elopements, and wildly short episodes,
We are
As always,
sorry! Great Escapes, or episode 104 of the Silly History Boys show, was written and produced by the Silly History Boys. The parts of Edward Plantagenet, the Longshanks, King Kinnan of Wales, and a horrid little Norman were played by me, Stu the Pepper Perry. The parts of Guard Bilbo, Hugh the Fat, the Earl of Chester, and a horrid little Norman were played by Will, Uncle Bilbo Tristram. The parts of Guard Tombo and Idwal the Tall were played for you this week by Tom Tombo Fermor. And finally, but not leastly at all, the parts of Simon de Montfort and a horrid little Norman were played for you by Rob, your dear Uncle Bob Bond. Thanks as ever goes to zapsplat.com for their zip zaps, boings and music, and of course mega big thanks to Scotty Buckley for his incredible orchestral tunes that I'm massively addicted to and use every week. And also a massive thank you as ever to Rob Lord Fastfingers Tristram for the intro music. A big thanks to you, dear listeners, for listening to our show. Please tell other people about us, and then they'll listen to us, and then and they'll download our show, and they'll tell 2 people, and they'll tell 2 people, and they'll tell 2 people, and before you know it, will be a worldwide sensation. Or not. It's fine. What else do I need to say? Hit us up on the socials. That's a thing that you can do. Should probably pre-record all these little bits that I always forget to say during my unscripted credits sessions. Or I could just start scripting the credits. Nah, that's far too easy. I'm not going to do that. Yes, thank you very much. We'll be back next time. Hopefully, I don't know what we're going to be doing next episode, actually, but I'm sure it'll be fun. We'll see you soon. Thanks, Kay. Bye!
Well, this is some Hugh laughing and farting. Oh.